Okay, let's get right into it. What if I told you that tucked away inside your server's OS is a powerful, totally free tool that could be the unsung hero of your disaster recovery plan? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on the native backup solution that's built right into Windows Server 2025. It's the one question every system admin has to have an answer for, because when things go south, they can go south fast. Just think about it for a second. Your most critical server goes down. I don't mean a simple reboot. I mean a total catastrophic failure. What's your next move?
This right here, this is the scenario that keeps people up at night. The loss of critical data, your applications, all those configurations. It's not just some inconvenience. For a lot of organizations, it's an absolute catastrophe. But what if your first line of defense was already there, just waiting for you?
All right, so enough about the problem. Let's talk about the solution. Because Windows Server 2025 doesn't just throw you to the wolves. It actually gives you a native, integrated safety net designed to catch you when things go wrong.
And here it is, Windows Server Backup, or WSB for short. Now this isn't some add-on you have to buy or a third-party tool you have to install. Nope, it's a core feature of the operating system itself, just waiting to be configured, and it's specifically designed to protect your entire server.
So let's just run through why this is so great. First off, it's completely free. It's already a part of your server license, so no extra cost. And because it's built in, you get to skip all those compatibility headaches. It's a beautifully simple, reliable, and seriously cost-effective solution right out of the box.
And you know what? It gets even better. This isn't some manual, painful process. You can schedule your backups to run automatically. You do one full backup to start, and then after that, it's smart enough to only save the changes, doing what we call incremental backups. This saves a ton of time, a ton of storage space, and lets you get back to your day.
Okay, so now that you see the value, let's open up the toolkit and see what's inside. This thing gives you some really granular control over what you protect and, more importantly, how you get it back.
You have total flexibility here. You can back up the entire server, the whole shebang, which is perfect for complete protection. Or, you can get more specific and just target, say, the C drive. You can even drill all the way down to individual files and folders. Perfect for those, oops, I deleted something moments.
So let's start with volume recovery. Think of this as your go-to for partition-level disasters. If your entire D drive gets corrupted, you don't have to restore the whole server. You can just use this to bring back that one specific volume, nice and clean. Now, a system state backup, that's a different beast entirely. It's way more surgical. This isn't about your Word docs or spreadsheets. This is about the very brain of your server. It backs up the critical OS files, the registry, and, this is huge, your Active Directory data. If the OS itself gets wonky, this is your lifeline. And now for the big one, the powerhouse option, Bare Metal Recovery, or BMR. This is your break glass in case of emergency solution for a total catastrophe, like when the server hardware itself is completely fried. With BMR, you can restore the entire server, OS, apps, data, everything, onto a brand new machine. And get this, even if it's totally different hardware.
That time machine analogy is absolutely perfect. It really isn't just a backup. It's a complete snapshot of your server at a specific moment in time. BMR lets you literally rewind your entire server environment back to a point before the disaster ever even happened. It's just an incredibly powerful feature.
So just to sum it all up, it's pretty simple. If a single drive gets corrupted, you use volume recovery. If you've got an OS-level problem, like a bad driver update, you use a system state restore. And if the whole server is a smoking crater, bare metal recovery is your hero for a full resurrection.
Now, all this power might sound a little complex, but you'd be surprised. Getting started is actually really straightforward. Let's just quickly break down the process.
It really just boils down to these 3 steps. You install the feature, which just takes a second. You configure your backup schedule and what you want to back up. And then, when you need it, you restore. That's the whole life cycle. Simple as that.
And you get to manage it in whatever way works best for you. If you like a nice graphical interface, you can use the Server Manager GUI. If you're old school, the MMC snap-in is there. And if you're a powerhouse admin who lives in the command line, you can do everything with wadmin commands. It meets you right where you are.
Okay, so you might be thinking, this all sounds like a pretty traditional tool. But what's cool is how it's designed to work seamlessly in a modern IT world, connecting to cloud management and all your critical applications. And here is where this classic tool gets a really modern twist. You can, of course, manage everything on the server itself. But Windows Server 2025 also integrates with Azure Arc. What that means is you can manage your on-prem server backups right from the Azure Cloud Portal, giving you that single pane of glass view. It's seriously the best of both worlds.
Now, this is a super critical piece of the puzzle. How do you back up a file that an application is actively using? Well, that's where the Volume Shadow Copy Service, or VSS, comes in. It basically tells the application to pause for a split second, which ensures you get a clean, uncorrupted, and consistent backup every single time.
And we're not talking about some niche feature here. It's designed to work with the applications your business absolutely depends on. VSS makes sure that your backups of heavy hitters like Microsoft Exchange and Active Directory are totally consistent. And, most importantly, are actually restorable when you need them most.
So the main takeaway from all of this is pretty simple. You don't always need to go out and buy a complex, expensive third-party solution to get powerful enterprise-grade protection. It's already there, baked right into the OS you use every single day.
Look, it's reliable, it's cost-effective, and it is way more powerful than you might think. So the final question I have for you is this. Could you be overlooking the hero that was built in all along? It might just be time to take another look.